see. Hello, hello, hello. I need to bring the mic a little closer. Sorry, I was not paying attention to that. There we go. Welcome in, Pirate. Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to like figure everything out again. I moved the microphone. Not the microphone. Well, the microphone too, apparently, but I moved the camera a little. But welcome in, everybody. We're doing an autumn tea today. It's called Cranberry Autumn. It's by Harney and Sons. And yeah, it's September, so we're getting to that point where it's time for the autumn stuff. Yippee! Autumn tea! That's right, Kate, welcome in. Aria. Hi, guys. I know, this is... I feel like I bought this. It wasn't even autumn yet, but I bought it because this tin was so pretty. And I was like, it'll be autumn eventually. I hope. So I bought this, and yeah, it's gorgeous. Let me read this to you guys. Oh, you can see the top of the tin. So it's a sweet and tart tea, and it's a black tea with cranberry and orange flavors. Unfortunately, it does have citrus, but I like cranberry very much, and it has cranberry pieces. It also has hibiscus and orange pieces, but I'm gonna disregard the orange. I'm very excited for the cranberry and hibiscus. I haven't had this tea before. This is one of the ones that we're actually trying for the first time together, for real, for real. Hey, Lynn. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Manifesting cold weather for all the homies in hot places. I have only manifested, it's about to thunderstorm. It's crazy. It's been crazy rainy. I got a new thingy for one of my cameras that I wanted to play with, and I haven't been able to. It's been raining every day since the start of August, so I haven't really been able to do much stuff regarding that. But I appreciate it. It is definitely cooler because it's raining. It's just humid too, so it's a little difficult. But nonetheless, it is definitely becoming autumn. It is no longer 120 degrees, so we are happy about that. Hiccup. Yeah, it does sound yummy. I'm very excited for this one. It's been on the shelf for a bit, so I'm glad we can pull it out now. Welcome in, Nick. How are you doing? Let's go ahead and start filling out our sheets. Let me know if everything looks and sounds good, by the way. Like I was saying at the start of stream, it's a little different than usual, so there's a chance that things are a little stuffed, but I sure hope not. So this one is how do you spell cranberry? Okay. Cranberry. How do you spell autumn? Spell check has cooked me. I cannot spell anything with certainty in my heart. Harney and Sons. Looks and sounds good to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate the confirmation. This one still has the price tag on it. It was $14.95. That's kind of crazy. So price $15 hairs. Sampled. Today is... It is a bit quiet for me. I am at full volume. Say it ain't so. I should be a little louder now. And then let's turn up the music just a hair. Are you using earbuds? Yeah, do you have any buddies that go in your ears? Yes. Oh no. Today is September 9th, right? You sound good to me at about half volume on me speakers. Okay, so the issue is on Nick's side, confirmed. Just kidding. Let me know if it sounds any better. I did turn things up a little bit higher. September... Is September the longest month in terms of how many letters are in the name? Is November longer? I think September's the longest. Anyway. 9th. Did anybody see... This is like a super nerdy thing to ask. Did Apple announce new iPhones today? It's a black tea with fruits. I'm asking because I want them to announce new computers. I need to replace my computer since I'm noticing our ASMR files are getting kind of big and they are taking longer to edit and my computer is not liking it. So, you know, iPhone Air, that means nothing to me. It's not what I was hoping their event would have computer stuff too, but that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and start drinking the tea and then we'll take some notes after. Here is our coaster for today. we will be using our super cute Snoopy cups. I don't know where the focus point is. It should be like around here. Focus. Yeah, what? I don't remember where I set the focus point. Oh no. Anyway, we're using the Snoopy cup. Love it or hate it, Snoopy is here to stay. Can't see him. There he is, and is out of focus. Oh, he's in focus now. He's no longer in focus. There he is. Welcome in, Owen. How you doing? But yeah, we're gonna be drinking from the Snoopy cup. Snoopy Schnoppy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I already told you guys. This tea has been sitting in my fridge since Sunday. I wanted to drink this on Sunday, but we did not have time. So, I have just been eyeballing it every day since then, which is 2 whole days, mind you. And just thinking to myself, I can't wait to drink this tea. But yeah, I hope you guys had a nice and relaxing Tuesday, that things are still going well for you. That's a really good ramen today, and I want more. I hope you get more. We're kind of talking about tea, but yeah, I hope you get your ramen. Anti-gravity tea. Could you imagine tea that you, like, engineer to drink in space? Sugoi. Oh yeah. This... It's so dramatically different than the tea we had last time. Like, obviously it's not the same in the sense that we had a green tea last time and this is a black tea. But, like, it has like this texture, I guess, from the mix of black tea with cranberry. I don't really think cranberry is that light of a fruit, so that makes sense, but yeah, it is cute. Kawaii desho. Yeah, okay. So, the black tea is the primary flavor. The cranberry definitely has an undertone to it, but like when it comes to the orange flavoring and the citrus, it's like really not there, which for me is ideal, but if you're gonna drink this tea with the intention of it being kind of like citrusy, I don't really taste that. I don't really taste that. Hi Katrina, welcome in. It's nice to have you. How's your day been? Dwalling. I'm planning to make some tea in a few minutes. What kind of tea do you want to make? Is it the one, you said you bought a tea recently, right? Is it gonna be that one? I believe you said it might have been cherry blossom? Maybe. Hope I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I called that at work today. I was just like, my brain... I got rage baited so hard yesterday at work that today I was like, you know what? You guys don't deserve Taiyou. To those who rage baited me at work yesterday, you will not be receiving Taiyou today. Let that be a punishment for you. A lot better now that I'm streaming. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel the same way with you guys. When I start streaming, things definitely pick up. You liked it a lot, I'll be honest. Hey. Which brand was it? Was it also Harney and Sons? The one that we had on stream? Yeah, I'm glad I can make it a lot better, and I hope I can continue to make it a lot better too. For those who didn't see in the Discord, there it is. I will be posting a new ASMR video tonight. Ideally, I can't promise it. Can't promise it, but yeah, this week or not this weekend. I'm reading Aria's thing. Tonight, I would like to post the new ASMR. I really like how the audio quality came out on it. I'm very happy with that. I've just been dragging my feet a little bit with editing the video portion of it, but yeah, no, I'm super happy with it, and I hope you guys like it. It's an ASMR that I've actually been listening to myself. Yeah, it's very weird to listen to my own ASMR. I feel like I don't typically get ASMRs where I'm that happy that I listen to it on my own, but I've been enjoying it. Aria, you and me both. I have the tea that we're going to be doing the community drinking for over on the shelf. And the packaging is really pretty. And then I know that I'm going to like this tea because it's a white and green tea mix. So it's taking a lot of self-restraint to not drink it. I think it's very curious with this tea that despite the fact that it claims to have cranberry pieces and orange pieces, this is one of the teas that have had a bit of a weaker flavor. relative to all of the other teas that we've tried. And I'm trying to figure out why that could be. I'm gonna see what the tea is like towards the bottom of the pot, because oftentimes if you don't like stir your tea or mix your tea, you can end up with the stronger parts of the tea kind of towards the bottom. I'm hoping that towards the bottom we can get more of like a stronger flavor to get an idea of what this tea tastes like. But yeah, overall I don't mind it. Like, it definitely has that sweetness. I just don't think it's really delivering on the tartness in terms of like a flavor profiles. It definitely tastes like black tea. Like, I definitely would not confuse this for like a green tea or a white tea, but yeah, the tartness is not there. The sweetness is there, but I also did sweeten this one a little bit because it's a black tea. Oh my god, I picked up the so loud. Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know if it's the tea is really strong and it's overpowering the rest of the tea flavor, or if it's that the other flavor is not that strong so it doesn't come through. Let's see. Distinctly black tea, but the fruits are a little weak. The sweetness is there. But no. And honestly, I'm not gonna say that the lack of tartness is a bad thing. It's just like when it's on the tin as an advertised feature of the tea, it's a little surprising that you can't hear it. Or hear it? Taste it. If you can hear your tea, if you have tea that is so good that you can sense it through your ear canals, please let me know. I am interested. I would like to try that. Oh, I don't really think it has that much of an aroma either. I don't recall it. Okay, no, it has an aroma. I just sniffed the tea from the pot and it definitely has an aroma. Since we have the tin right here, actually. Yeah, I can kind of smell the orange for sure. Like, that's definitely sniffable. The tea whisper, yeah. If your tea is whispering to you, I want to know what tea that is so I can whisper it to it too. I'm grabbing the sachets to look at them more. I don't see any of the cranberry or orange in here. Yeah, even if I don't know how close I could get with it so on focus. Yeah, you guys can kind of get like a slight idea of the tea itself. But it says that there's supposed to be orange pieces and cranberry pieces. Maybe that's true if you get this tea loose leaf, but for the sachets, I don't think that's true. At least I can't see it from the one sachet I looked at. Even with 4 ears, Taiyou still can't hear this tea's tartness. Blasphemy! What's gonna happen next time on Taiyou's Tea Tasting Z? I feel like if you at all grew up back during the Dragon Ball, I don't know if they did this for the original Dragon Ball Z, but like with Dragon Ball Z Kai, they definitely had like the announcer who talked like that at the end of every episode. If you grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, you definitely know what that voice is. I hope. I hope. I'm not even sure if I'm doing a good impression. In my head, I think I'm doing great, but I suppose it's up to you guys to determine that or not. Strong aroma. I almost spelled the T, but fruit pieces aren't visible. I mean, I guess technically if you have like a microcrumb of the fruit pieces in the sachets, legally speaking, yes. Technically speaking, yes, you can say that you are offering fruit pieces, but I do not think that the average person is going to see them spill the thesis. No, because on this side, on the side to this way, I have my ASMR laptop, and on that side I have the streaming laptop, so I cannot spill the tea. It would be very dangerous. I watched it in Spanish. Now translate it so I can understand. What do you mean you now translated? What? Okay, for the flavors, it doesn't really have a linger either, to be honest, which is very surprising. I feel like a lot of the black teas we drink, the aftertaste is very strong. Okay, this one you can definitely taste a little bit more of the orange. Oh, yeah, you can definitely taste a little bit more of the orange aftertaste on this cup as we get lower into the pot, but it's not really that strong. Aftertaste wise, if you look for the aftertaste, you can definitely taste it. Like you can definitely acknowledge that it's there, but it's not such a strong aftertaste that it's there without without having to look for it. Now translate it. It's okay, Arya. It's okay. Right now, my brain is locked in on the tea. Nobody and nothing, unfortunately, can separate Taiyou from tea, so it's not a you thing. It's a tea thing. It's okay, I know I'm funny. It's a you thing. On second thought, I have recalculated the possibilities. It appears to be an issue on your end. I'm just kidding. Okay, the linger is like a 2. I don't really think it's strong enough to give it a 3, but it definitely does exist. Okay, by the way, I was talking to you guys about this yesterday for the upcoming body pillow illustration. I have confirmed that it will be happening. I haven't put in the order for it, but the illustrator I work with has basically been like, yeah, I can do that for you. Just give me the details, let me know what the timeline is and all that, and we can make it happen. So we're finalizing a couple of like specifics regarding like the fact that I'm going to be distributing the illustration to you guys, but yeah, we're going to be getting the body pillow this year, assuming that they don't disappear as well. And then speaking of body, does this tea have body? I think this tea does have body. I think this tea is very heavy on the body. Although I think it's just like, in general, when you're drinking black teas, a lot of them do just have body naturally. I think it's just part of the black tea experience. Thank you for the hearts, Halen. Taiyou Makura. Sorena. Sorena. That is what it is it not? In terms of balance, so there's a heavy body to it, there's a bit of a decent aftertaste to it, and then in terms of flavor, it's pretty strong in flavor too. Like I can distinctly taste the black tea aspect to it. The cranberry is pretty noticeable. The orange is starting to show up too. It's kind of all over the place though in terms of like initial flavor, aftertaste, and tasting like the fruit and everything during the sip. It kind of just happens at different stages and not like all at once or anything like that. And obviously aftertaste happens separately, but it feels like as you drink it, like the flavors show up one after another and not really all at once. Welcome in, Shane, how you doing? What are we having today? Thank you for asking. We're actually doing this. Please focus. Do I do this and then it does? Okay, there we go. I'm doing a cranberry tea. It's called Cranberry Autumn. It's by Harney and Sons. And the main reason I bought it is the tin is beautiful, but I do like autumn as a season as well. So I figured now that it's September, the leaves are starting to change colors if you live in a pretty state. Yeah, I felt like a good time to pull this out. Welcome in, Godzilla. How are you doing? Happy to have you. I hope your day off yesterday went nice and comfy, and if you had work today, that it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I hope you guys have been having a good start or a good continuation of your week. Yes. Welcome in, Lisa. How you doing? Hello, hello. All right, this is like the balance on this tea is pretty all over the place. So I do not think this could be any higher than like a 2, and even then, I want to give it like a 1. Like having the flavors just come in one after another, it's not really like it makes me feel like the flavors were kind of just thrown together, you know? Just what do we think autumn would taste like? Maybe these colors, and maybe it would taste like these fruits, and so on and so forth. Because, like, I know autumn is very much like an orange and red kind of season, so cranberries being red and oranges being orange, maybe that's what the thought process was, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The lighting is a little scuffed, but thank you. We're using a giant window on the right-hand side to light us, so it's very soft and diffused, but it's definitely contrasty too. You needed that day off? You know what, Godzilla? I did the same thing today. I said Godzilla took a day off yesterday, Taiyou could take a day off today, and so I did. And so I did. Shinyamon. You think cinnamon is like an autumn flavor? I guess, I mean, I think it's does cranberry go with pumpkin? I'm kind of surprised I didn't do like cranberry pumpkin or something. It kind of sounds like it would taste vile though. And I want to show you guys the cup we're using today. Mainly because I can't shut up about Snoopy. I'm trying to make sure there's no tea in it before I do this, but yeah, we're using a Snoopy cup. Yeah, our tea cup today is super cute. Snoopy coated. I did just down the rest of my tea so I can show you guys. In terms of like bitterness, I don't really think it's very bitter, to be honest. Like, which is very surprising because of the fact that it's a black tea and black teas tend to be bitter, but yeah, I think the fruits do a pretty good job at masking the bitterness of it. I'll give it a 1. It doesn't really stand out as bitter. Woody, no, we do not have any Toy Story cowboys. Smoky, that's not happening either. Chocolatey, not even a little. Earthy, I don't really think it's earthy either. I do, however, think there is some savoriness to it. I think one thing when it comes to black tea is that if you like teas that have like this sort of, obviously the body, but like just teas that make you think I am drinking more than just leaf water. I think black tea is pretty good for that, because like with white tea, because it's so smooth, it doesn't really have that savoriness or that body. I just spilled some tea on the mat. No, that makes me sad. Oh, that makes me sad. Oh, why I oughta. I have to wash this mat after today, I guess. Did anybody do anything exciting today, or have we all just been doing our best as usual? Working, studying, the usual. For me, I don't know if I would say I did anything exciting per se, but with my day off, I did go to the camera store during the lunch hour, and I got to peek at some cameras that, they're cameras that I had once upon a time dreamed about one day owning, and then I saw them in person, and then I was like, maybe dreams are better off being left as dreams. That's not true. So, the camera I was looking at, there are 3 different versions of it, and the 2 that they had I wasn't super into, but that's okay. It's okay. The 3rd one, that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one that makes me think, boy, oh boy, I gotta have this. Why? I went out with a friend today and tried a new dumpling restaurant. Pig-shaped dump. What kind of dumplings were they? The most important thing, though. Also, the most important thing is, hello, I mean, it's nice to have you. The second most important thing, though, what kind of dumplings were they? I did go to a retro Asian American inspired cafe or something. I don't remember. I don't know what. They just use a bunch of buzzwords to describe their cafe, but what they had were bao buns, and they had truffle mushroom bao buns, and they were so good. And they had a chicken curry one too. That one's pretty good as well, but I liked the truffle mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the pick in chat, Aria. I appreciate it. There was an episode of Adventure Time, I want to say, where they had these Vikings who liked to roughhouse, and it made a mountain very sad. So, to make the roughhousing less brutal, they used boxing gloves that were just live pigs, and they would punch each other, and the pigs would oink. Is that a fever dream? That happened, right? egg custard. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds sweet. Tabetayo. Hi hi. I hope that your Tuesday, your week has been continuing nice and comfy. Very happy to have you. Did it? I don't know. I could just be experiencing a fever dream in real time. Savoriness. Savoriness. How are we savoring this? Yeah, I do think this has a decent amount of savoriness. I don't think it's like crazy savory that I would max out the charts on this, but I could give it like a 2 or a 3 and I'd be pretty happy with that. I think because the flavor dissipates pretty quickly, I would probably give it a 2. But like if it could continue that amount of flavor and body for longer, I would be pretty happy giving it a 3. This week I bought 3 Funko Pops, a manga book, and 2 books that just came out in the store. Which one do I want to ask about? What manga was it that caught your eye that you felt the need to physically own it? Oh my god, I have so much manga that I bought when I was in Japan, and I don't know what to do with it, because like, this has no vegetable taste, by the way. The vegetal is a 0. But I bought so much Japanese manga, and like now that I need to start getting rid of stuff, and that I've been trying to get rid of stuff, I don't know what to do with it. Nobody is sitting here thinking, boy oh boy, I do want that manga from 2013, in Japanese specifically. So I'm like, what is a cat supposed to do with all these books? Missed the first part. Are we Adventure Time posting right now? We're always Adventure Time posting. It's just that if we had like an internet forum, right, and there was like an Adventure Time category, it would only be me posting in there. So we're posting, it's just nobody's reading it. Nobody's following up and replying. Do you like any coffee? I think coffee as like a latte is fine. I don't really know if I like coffee in a way where I would say I like specific coffees. I like shaken espressos too. Lattes, shaken espressos, but oftentimes I do mix it with like a syrup. So sometimes pistachio syrup, pecan syrup, brown sugar. So I like coffee more as like a caffeinated sweet as opposed to being able to take like a cup of coffee and write notes on it. I'm not sure if I'm at that level. And yeah, this notebook is just for tea specifically. They have different versions of this. So if you like burgers or ice cream or coffee, many other things, you could do that for that as well. I think they also have wine too. I'm sure they do. Brown sugar shaken espresso. Oh, that hits this. I actually had an espresso this morning, to be honest. I had a pecan espresso. Yeah. Pecan shaken espresso iced stew. The Spy Family manga, volume 14. I usually buy them with English translation. I think I am the odd one out in the fact that I buy my manga in Japanese, but I will say one of the benefits of buying manga in Japanese, they are smaller, and they're cheaper too, but I like that they're smaller because you can fit more of them on a shelf. I don't really know why they make them a bit bigger overseas. Like, I guess it's fine because you're getting bigger illustrations and it makes reading it a little easier, but it's just such a random thing. It's so random. Pistachio syrup and coffee sounds so good. I would highly recommend it. If you are partial to any pistachio sweets, I won't say it makes coffee taste the same, but like just that pistachio undertone goes really well with the bitterness of coffee. You got another Bakugo Funko. I really like Bakugo, like in terms of like all the characters from My Hero that you really could choose from. He's probably like choice number 1, but I wish they had sped up his character development in My Hero, because I think they eventually got to it, but they dragged their feet a little too long. And I think it turned a lot of people off from him as a character. Spy Family goes nuts. Yeah, I caught up on the Spy Family anime last month. I heard they're making season 3 at the end of the year, so I'm excited for that. I have manga in Japanese, but just look at the Okay, to be fair, when I was super young, that's what I did too, but I did find that it was very good for like practicing, just like recognizing different kanji and like it just helps internalize being able to recognize characters and I don't really want to say like grammatical structures, because a lot of times in manga they don't really use, I don't say they don't use proper Japanese, but it's very informal and you know. But yeah, I think it's really good just for if you're trying to be immersive with your learning, if you're trying to learn Japanese. They're very expensive where I am, especially if it's in Japanese or Spanish. Well, yeah, okay. If it's in Japanese and it's exported, they upcharge you. What I'm saying is that if you're in Japan and you buy a manga, here it would cost $8, $10, I don't know. But in Japan, it's like half the price. Whatever you would pay here, it's like half the price over there, and I think that's freaking crazy. Kisaka is a good one. I bought that one in Japanese. I thought it was crazy. I love the small. No, yeah, I think the small size is way better, but Kisaka is a shoujo, right? I think shoujo. In some way, I feel like shoujos are the easiest to follow without knowing Japanese, because you can kind of just read the character expressions whenever you can't read what they're saying, but at the same time, in shoujo manga, they get so in their head and have like all these inner monologues where like, you really need to be able to understand the nuance if you want to understand what they're trying to say. I cried watching, I don't even know what season it is. I just watch whatever the newest season when I see that there's a new season, and I call it a day. I don't keep track of season numbers. Honto ka? Honto da yo. This tea is good. Even though it has orange in it, it's so weak relative to the black tea and the cranberry that it's really nice. I do think there's just like a little bit of maltiness to it, but I think that most black teas just have a maltiness to them. I have yet to, that's not true. I have had black teas that don't have it, but usually those are like the pu'er ones. So I guess if you just have plain black tea, I don't say plain, but I don't know how to categorize it. There's pu'er black teas and then there's non-pu'er black teas, I suppose. Yeah, this one just has like a maltiness to it. I guess the black tea that Harney & Sons typically uses tends to have that little bit of maltiness. In terms of sweetness, I'd give it a 2. I did sweeten it a little bit, but I do think that the cranberry and the slight bit of orange does add some sweetness to it. This tea is really good. I'm going through it pretty quick because I'm enjoying it a lot. They made the girl strong-minded and it's a personal fave. Yeah, you know what I really like in shoujo manga when they don't just make the main character, like the main girl, a wet blanket that just sobs all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, I too sob all the time, okay? But like, I need my main character in a manga to have agency in their story. They cannot just be getting washed along by the tides of the plot. I need them to have their input too. Cause then it just gets like super frustrating. This is not a spicy tea. It gets so frustrating, right? Like you're reading a manga, you want the main characters to do something, but then they're just like, oh no, I don't feel like it, I'll just cry about it. And I'm like, no! You are a person, you have free will, probably. I mean, you're fictional, but like, let's pretend like you're not. You gotta do something too. I don't think this is herbal or grassy at all. This has not been the tone that I picked up on at all. Floral. I want to say it is floral, but I know I'm just confusing the fruit notes with floral, so I don't think it's floral. This is one of the few ones that has not been very floral. Go ahead and pour another cup. Okay, or the coaster can just fall off my teapot and the frame. That's fine too. Pow. Lightning Queen. Ka-chow. Y'all got any ka-chows? There we go. This is the last pot for today. Tea set is so adorable. This is not a matching tea set. We're using the cherry blossom tea set, and then we're using the Snoopy cup. The reason I used the cherry blossom tea set is because I knew I'd be letting the tea possibly sit in this tea set for maybe a day or two, and if it's gonna stain my tea set, I don't want it to stain the Snoopy pot. Just kachikas? Lightning Merena? Kachika. Lightning McQueen slowly becomes a Latino representative? What's going on with your Lightning McQueen, Arya? There's something that's not right with your Lightning McQueen. Did you get that on Shein? I told you about those Lightning McQueens. They are not the same quality. Stone fruit. I do not think so. Is a cranberry a stone fruit or a berry? It has berry in the name. It has to be a berry fruit, right? Not a true Cars fan. That is canon? That Lightning McQueen is a Latinx ally? I'm very concerned about what you're watching. You know what, Ario? It does not fall on me to tell you what to watch in your free time. If you're watching AI-generated Cars fanfiction, Latino and Latina Cars, I think that's great. Okay? I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you. There's no one who's cheering for you louder than me. But what I am saying is you can't let AI, mess with your perception of reality. That's not good for you. Welcome in, Genius. How you doing today? Okay, I'm back. Are we trying to berry? I think it's a berry. It's cranberry. I don't know. So, we have this thing called the flavor wheel. And on the flavor wheel, we can take notes on what flavor profiles are particularly strong on the tea. I don't know if this cranberry would fall under berry, tropical, or stone fruit. I don't think it's a stone fruit because it doesn't have a pit for a seed. It might be tropical because cranberries, there's just something tropical about them. Like if I had a tropical Capri Sun and you told me cranberry is in my tropical Capri Sun, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But if you gave me like a berry Capri Sun and you said cranberries in it, I'd be like, yeah, that also makes sense. I am blessed and highly favored. I'm glad you can tell yourself these things. I am aspiring to do that as well. How are you all? I'm doing pretty well though. Happy to have you guys with me. Always happy to be drinking tea together, bantering, taking notes. It's always a good time. But yeah. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to assume cranberry falls under the berry flavors as opposed to fruit or tropical. And then for citrus, I know there's supposed to be orange slices in this. Apparently, it is such a weak flavor note on this tea. I can't really give it more than a 1, and that's me stretching. Because, like, in a way, I feel like it's that thing where if you imagine that a food or a drink is going to taste a certain way, your brain tricks you into thinking it tastes that way. I feel like I'm doing that to myself right now. If I hadn't known that there's orange in this tea, I would not have assumed that. I would have maybe assumed like tangerine, which is basically an orange, but like, I'm not really thinking that the citrus on this tea is all that strong. Go ahead and take our sip. But yeah, for those who didn't catch it earlier, there will be an ASMR video uploaded later today, probably. Man, I'm really excited about it. Super excited about it. And then for the berry flavor, I'm gonna give it a 2. Like, I definitely can taste that the berry is there, the cranberry, that it's giving it sweetness, but it just isn't really as strong as I would hope. Especially like, I let it brew a little longer because I wanted the fruit flavors to be more pronounced, and it didn't really happen. It did not really happen, at least not to the degree I was hoping. Alright, let's go ahead and finish up the notes for this tea. So, we have the brew stats right here. So we have the tea weight. I used 2 sachets for this one. And then I hiccuped. I don't know how to spell sachets. Okay, I need somebody who has dissected the English language to a degree where they are a wordsmith and just an English nerd. Why is it that some words, if you have CH in the middle of it, there's a T before it? But then there are some words where if you have the ch sound, there's no T before it. I think that's a huge scam. It makes no sense. And I think it's just an active ploy for people to mess up in spelling bees. I think it's really rude and I think it's very messed up. Anyway, H2O volume. It is 1 pot of tea. We, as usual, set it to boiling temperatures. The brew time was about... I brewed it for about 4 minutes. I let it cool down and then I let it steep a bit longer. So I don't know what that really... I don't know what that really amounts to. 4 min plus extra steep. And then this is steep number 1. Catch and wish. Exactly! See, it's so messed up. Why is catch not C-A-C-H? And then why is it sometimes that C-H is a K sound? It's all messed up. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's an active ploy against Taiyou. We're out here doing our best, nose down to the grindstone, grinding out life day in and day out. And then someone's just like, wouldn't it be funny if we spelled catch with a T in the middle of it? And then someone else was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay? You cannot be writing the dictionary and doing some like, that's actual rage baiting. That is rage baiting from the early moments in mankind's history, or whatever. I don't know when English was invented, to be honest. But that's just genuine rage baiting from the founding fathers of the Roman language. I don't think that's okay. Latin languages? I don't know. Okay, that was the last cup. I think, so we had 4 cups this time. Cup 1 was the lightest in terms of flavor. I think that all of the heavier flavors kind of sank to the bottom of the brew. So light 1 was the lightest and the smoothest. It still had a lot of body though, and it still was savory. Like, it was not a huge discrepancy from top to bottom of it. But I will say 1 was the lightest in flavor, 2 definitely picked up, 3 I think was the heaviest, and then for some reason 4 was not as heavy as cup number 3. So I'm not super sure what happened with this tea. I think the consistency of flavor on it is a little odd, but that's the thing with like supermarket teas, even if it's from like a boutique like Harney & Sons, it's not always super consistent. And I think that, so we had to give it a rating from 1 to 5. This is like a 3.5 for me, and I don't really feel bad about it not reaching a 4. I think 3 would probably be the lowest I'd rate. Oh, you can see that it's like starting to get dark outside. It's a bit late here. When the Anglo people mixed in with the English of the British Isles, they knew when making the English language and spelling, they specifically target. You know what? If I open my history book right now and I go to page 75 where they discuss the founding of the English language, I know I'm going to see that excerpt in the middle of the page, paragraph 7, right next to a picture of a little cat with angry eyebrows on him. And then they're going to have the Anglo people with like little troll faces on them, okay? I know if I look right now, that's what I'm going to see. I can take your word for that. I know I can trust you more than anybody else. Anyway. Boop. Today's tea. I'd give it like a solid 3.5. This is one of those rare occasions where I'm very like, feel very confident with the rating we're going to give it. So let's go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can see our little notes, the 3.5. And then if we go up, there's the flavor wheel. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. To be honest, this is one of those teas where if I got it as a gift, I'd be happy with it. If I gave it to somebody as a gift, I think they'd be happy with it, and I'd be pretty content giving it to them. But this is not really a tea that I think I would be going out of. Anglo. 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 And glue? Anyway, this is a tea. If you get it as a gift, you're gonna like it. If you give it as a gift, they're gonna like it. If you want it just for the tin, that's totally fair. But flavor profile wise, this tea is just fine. There are better choices, and I think the biggest knock I have against this tea, it is too expensive for the way that it tastes. Like, if you're gonna have a boutique tea where you mix in other flavors to kind of spice up the monotony of teas without flavors, you really need the flavors that you're advertising on the tin to stand out more. I think that the orange is a little too weak. not that I want the orange to be strong. Okay, for me personally, I do not want this to be a strong flavor on the orange spectrum, but the cranberry is also just like, it's there, but it comes in a little too late. It comes in a little too late, and I think that it's almost distracting in a way that each flavor comes in one after another. Like you take a sip, you get the black tea initially, then you get some cranberry, then you get some orange, and then there's the aftertaste, which is like a weird mix of the citrusy of the orange with the tartness of black tea, and then there's like that really weird cranberry aftertaste. Another pronunciation conspiracy. There are no conspiracies. There are only my correct opinions and everyone else's incorrect opinions. Speaking of tea, judging from the many you've had, which flavor profile is best hot and which flavors are best cold? If you really insist on having a hot tea, I don't really do hot tea very often. I have found that floral teas kind of are my favorites to do hot, but that's because like to make a floral tea, you can't really do it too hot, otherwise you burn the flowers. I can see black teas being good for it too. Green tea is pretty good. Okay. I think that a warm floral tea is nice for like bedtime. A hot black tea is nice for the morning. And then like a hot green tea is good as like a drink this while you're eating stuff kind of thing. And then for cold flavors, I think all teas are good cold, to be honest. I actually quite like oolong teas cold. Whenever I go to like izakayas and they have like different tea options, they sometimes have oolong and they have green teas. If I can get an iced oolong to go with my yakitori, that is really nice. Or an oolong highball iced, that's really yummy too. So maybe oolongs would be one of my favorites, and white teas would be another one of my favorites iced. And because iced tea or white tea is so like so sensitive, like it burns very easily, I think that icing it is a nice way to keep it from burning too easily. Yeah. Well, it's kind of crazy that like in the past 50 minutes the lighting has changed so dramatically. Maybe for you guys it hasn't, because my camera should be able to update the lighting automatically, but like my downstairs is almost like pitch black. Also, I was looking into some ASMR stuff yesterday. I did order some sound panels, so there should be a little bit less echo downstairs when we do these tea streams, and upstairs I'm hoping we hear the neighbors a little bit less. Perfect. Cold tea is best. The only thing that's best hot is cocoa. Yes, I agree. Hot chocolate on a nice cold winter day, especially like if you're in a big city like New York or Seoul or Tokyo, and you're just walking around seeing the winter lights, it's such a vibe. I love that. What did I order? Just sound panels. I don't really know too much about it. I just looked up sound panels on Amazon, and I was like, you know what? It can't be any worse than it is right now. Yeah, and then I also reached out to an ASMR artist, and I asked them about a different ASMR microphone. So I'm considering, well, it's not even that I'm considering, I need to buy a new ASMR mic while I send out the 3DO for repair. Actually, to say I need to is strong. I want another ASMR mic so that when the 3DO is out for repair, we can keep doing streams, because who am I without ASMR? I will experience internal existential crisis without ASMR. So, in an effort to keep my mental stability in check, I will be ordering another ASMR mic so that when the 3DO is out for repair, we'll have another mic to play with. Yeah. And I also am I want to order one of those head microphones, the ones that are like shaped like a head rather than just a pair of ears, because I think that would be really cool for handcam ASMR. I really like when handcam ASMR uses head style microphones rather than just a pair of ears. It's my personal opinion on that, but I think it just looks more visually interesting. So I'll be ordering a head microphone at some point in the near future. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today's tea stream. After this, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the last bits for the new ASMR video, and then that'll be up on Spotify and on YouTube. I don't have an exact ETA for when that'll be done because I don't know exactly how much is left, but I already have the title and everything written up, so I just have to get the video finished up. The KU100. I am not built like that. I am not built like that. No. SR3D has started making their own alternative to the KU100. So I'm looking at the one that they have. Yeah, we'll have to see. Plus, if I get that, we can do like sound comparisons of the 3DO versus the SR3D. And we can do some stuff with that. So that's kind of like what's in the pipeline right now. And then we have the new outfit where I think by the end of the month, we are going to be good to go in terms of paying off the new outfit. And that should be ready for sometime in October or November for, you know, some fun times. Okay, that is where I'm at. Today has been, even though I took today off of work, I feel like I've just been hella working on stuff like, yeah, just reaching out to people, and I went to the camera store. I did go to look at some camera stuff, but I also had to sell some gear too to get rid of some stuff and put some money back in Taiyou's little wallets. And then, yeah, I want to finish this video, get back to people, respond to emails, so. The VTuber grind, it never ends, it never ends. Little kitty cat do be working hard for you guys, but for you guys it's super worth it. Okay. I'm noticing that my tracking is like kind of getting scuffed because it's getting so dark in here. So I think that's my cue to end it for today. Yeah, today's Cranberry Autumn tea. If you like autumn, I would say maybe buy this tea just for the tin. I think the tin is just gorgeous. And I love like the patterns on it. The marketing for this was really great. I just don't think the flavor came through to the degree that it should have. There are definitely better teas if you're looking for like an autumny flavor. I don't even think the pumpkins. I do not think the pumpkin spice one is that much better though. Between this and pumpkin spice, if you want an autumn tea, this one is better, but I would not recommend either one very strongly. If you super love cranberry and orange specifically, and black tea specifically, maybe I could recommend this as like your soon-to-be favorite tea, but I think there are much better teas, even from Harney and Sons themselves. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on this. It's good though. Okay, it was fine. I don't find it offensive. It just isn't great. See you next time. Yeah, next time should be tomorrow. We'll be doing an ASMR stream tomorrow, if all things go smoothly. Mata ne otsu tayo. A little hit for you guys. And a hiccup. Do you want to focus? You want to focus? How about we do some focusing? Do some focus exercises. You don't have to be TikTok. Like, you can have an attention span, okay? You don't have to be TikTok for a camera. You can focus, okay? I know you can do. Okay, you know what? No, you can't. You cannot do it. Okay, it's too. Oh my god, my tracking broke because of the light. The lack of light. Okay, otsutayo. Bye bye. I'll see you guys real soon. Probably be in the Discord later today, possibly. Bye bye.